I want to tell you all about my little brother, the boy whose grave they keep going after to hurt me. He was born just a year after I was, and my father didn't want him. One day he came home from work, angry, screaming that the baby was going to be another girl, and he didn't want it. And he started hitting my mom. He knocked her to the ground, and he sat on her stomach. He weighed about 250 pounds. She barely weighed 100 while pregnant. He sat on her stomach and he beat her head into the floor and he choked her until the neighbors pulled him off of her. My little brother was born a little bit later. That day, I guess. And they never expected him to leave the hospital. He was hurt so severely that they lied about what happened. They told him that she fell or something. My little brother lived and went home with us. And he was always there in the chaos. He spent his entire life in a wheelchair, wearing diapers, drooling on himself, unable to speak, unable to feed himself. He had a surgery to put a G-tube in his stomach so that we could feed him through IV bags. He was in a full body cast once after he rolled off the couch and broke his hip. He was always so fragile. After he died, they didn't even buy him a headstone. They just left him buried in an unmarked grave next to his father, who handicapped him and got a headstone. He was buried for a decade without even having a marker. And now they use his grave every time they want to hurt me. They went earlier this year, just after my mother died. My own aunt went and left a bottle of apple juice there as symbolic urine because Adonis Paul had raised $1,500 to piss on my brother's grave. And my aunt titled that video, "Standing in for Adonis Paul." The symbolism could not be clearer. But symbolic pain isn't enough for them. Now they want to hurt me for real by actually marking on the gravestone and making a permanent damage to my little brother's stone that he only recently got. How low of a human being do you have to be to attack a dead, handicapped person just to get at this family? What did my brother do to you? What did he do to deserve the life that he had? What did he do to deserve to lay in that grave without even a headstone to tell people who he was for so long? What did he do to have that stone destroyed? What did he do? Not what I did. If you want to hurt me, come at me. You have my address. You know where I live. I will happily fight you. What kind of a man goes after the dead instead of the person that they're angry at? What kind of a human being goes after the disabled instead of the person they're actually angry at? What kind of people are you that you support this and laugh about it and joke about it and think that it's perfectly fine to do to somebody? What kind of people are you? How far will you go to hurt somebody for words, for telling the truth? It's not a question you want to answer. You don't want to look at yourselves as being wrong. But you should really start asking yourself the real questions. But I doubt any of you like yourselves, or you wouldn't be doing this to begin with. People who like themselves don't attack handicapped graves. People who like themselves don't do anything to other people's graves except clean them up and respect them. My little brother deserves better. After all these years, my brother does not deserve to be treated this way. There's nothing I can do to stop it. But I'll be damned if I'm going to be silent about it.